All right, everybody. I hope you have your skateboards and your pizzas and your throwing knives and your. I don't know a lot about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know they're turtles and they really like pizza and they say cowabunga, but we're ready to play it. So join me in welcoming Ateatree and DouglasBravo as they start Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Cowabunga dudes.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is DouglasBravo. I am here with my partner in crime, Ateatree.
Cowabunga, dudes! And we've got two other radical friends with us on the couch. Would you like to introduce yourselves, Bigbeaz and Cypherin?
Hey, everybody. Good. Glad to be back. And yes, Killer of Team Karais, we're here to support this TMNT run.
And
That
yes,
very true.
it's good to be here, but I don't think anybody really wants to hear from me today. So instead, I think we're gonna have some fun in this race. As my old bees comes to do commentary.
Oh, yeah!
Oh no.
Oh, did I not tell you we're all Macho Man now? Sorry about
Why did you drag me into this? You made the schedule.
that. This was the one space that was left, basically. Hey, before we get started, Rara, would you let us know which soundtrack we'll be playing?
Yep, one last quick refresh, and you will be playing with the modern remix, winning
Okay, so
by
very
1
good.
cent.
So the original, nice.
Yes.
We are good to go.
All right, yeah, now that you're good there, go ahead and start up the room so I can join you.
So the name of the game is, Old School. For those that don't know, this game has a plethora of different custom games. This kind of takes it back to the old school roots where you will be using your health for a super meter. And since we are going to be sharing the exact same brain cell, we have to lean on each other to make sure that we're using health at the right time.
Yeah, I'm already in. You're good.
All right.
All right, so Doug's gonna be playing the leader of the crew, Leonardo, and I feel like busting some crime, taking it out on some scuds buckets, so I'll be playing as Casey Jones. And while we're not listening to the retro remix soundtrack, I do still want to give people a little bit of retro. The various DLCs for this game added a bunch of goodies, including different color palettes. So my Casey is gonna be Game Boy inspired.
And I will be rocking the Rise colors from Rise of TMNT.
All right, very good. With no further ado, the timer's not going to start when we press the button next. That'll actually happen when we get control in the first level. But let's get this thing started. All right, and we are off.
Let's kick some shell, folks.
So you've already just seen the episode title cards, the absolutely lusciously detailed art here. I'm going to jump at you.
Oh,
I love that I wasn't the one who forgot this time.
The purple foot ninjas are the only foot ninjas that have an anti-aerial.
True. Not the only enemy in the game that'll do that, but they are the one type of foot soldier that if you come at them from above at the wrong angle, they will bat you away, and that takes priority over most of your character's moveset.
I'm regretting every decision in life that led me to this moment.
Good. That's exactly what I was hoping to have happen.
I learned to embrace it.
As T-Tree was telling you all, if you try and come down with a kick, these ninja will look at you and take that fist and like the cream rising to the top.
I got this.
We'll uppercut you.
There we go. So, to kind of talk about the changes that Leo has come across, because with the past updates, there have been massive changes to all the turtles, to include Leonardo. For one, his standing super does 4 hits times 3, triggering a total of 12 damage. They adjusted his flying super to 2 times 5, giving him a total of 10 hits. And unfortunately, we have to deal with a nerfed diving super.
Yeah,
So-
all that to say that this game, for a beat 'em up, has had a surprisingly active life in terms of updates and the way that's changed the balance of things. Like every character in the base roster, which both of us are playing a base roster character right now, has seen significant updates, and they kind of brought things like once they started adding more characters with the DLC, they're like, oh, players seem to like this particular mechanic. Let's bring that back to the base roster. They've been very receptive to feedback, open to changing things, and it's felt like a different game with each patch that's dropped.
Nice. All right, so far so good.
Yeah, so the name of the game in co-op really is like expanding your coverage across the screen as equally as possible. In screens like this one, where we know there are 2 specific entrance points for Foot Clan soldiers, we're really just making sure that each of us is posted on one of those entries the whole time. And that's the name of the game, is clearing each screen as quickly as possible. We'll point out any exceptions to that where it happens, but for now, that's basically the idea while we're fighting Bebop as well. And this is where old school really comes into its own, because you can go into boss fights with maximum health, ideally, and then just spam your supers at a couple of points of health per pop. You don't see too much of the boss fights if we do it right. Again, there will be exceptions to that, but that's certainly the plan.
You snooze, you lose, Titles.
Yeah.
Very nice fight. Very nice.
Yep. Smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter and delicious like pizza.
Yep.
All right, I saw people in chat appreciating the faux mode 7 action. We're going to be doing a lot more of that, and that's one of the touches that shows how much the creators of this game, Tribute Games, really love both the franchise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the era of video games that these arcade games that this is aping were all about. You know, Mode 7 was the mode on the Super Nintendo console that allowed for the scaling of sprites to make it look like things were closer or further away from the camera. Think of a lot of the bosses in Yoshi's Island, if you've ever played that. I got this one.
Oh, I completely forgot.
You're all good.
My brain just kind of fell out my head for a moment.
But also seen in Turtles in Time as well.
Yes, exactly. So that's why you can do that in this game as well. They really pulled everything. It's like, hey, this is a fun thing from a previous Turtles project. You know, like Doug was mentioning, the DLC had the color palettes from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which players like, if you're a fan of games from this era and like the arcade games like that, you probably don't know Rise, but there are people who love this series who are familiar, and that's for them. Let me grab that pizza real quick. Thank you,
Another fun fact is this level introduces you to the Axe Ninja, which are some of the beefiest ninja in this game.
Yeah, the standard health pool per enemy is 4. The pink axe-wielding soldiers have 10 total health. And then anybody who's carrying an object, riding on something, or in a few other categories has 2.
The cyan, yellow, and like you said, anyone carrying anything.
Yep. The only other exceptions are what the sword wielders. Do they have 6? And then the bow ninja only have 1. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, sometimes the original foot soldiers will have a total of 2 health if and only if they're holding an item.
Yeah.
All right.
There's also the first stage where you first meet the angry Roombas.
Yeah. We'll get into some of our favorite enemy types as we go. We've also got a power-up coming up just a little bit here. We're not actually going to be grabbing that particular pizza until we leave the screen, because that pizza gives Leonardo, or whoever grabs it, infinite super without costing any health for 10 seconds. And ideally, we want to carry that right into the boss, because there have been, again, changes with DLC over the history of the game. Very good. Appreciate the impression. But yeah, the long and short is that Doug gets bonus super based off of carrying that pizza into the boss fight. finished up the boss just before running out of health, which is how a lot of these fights are going to go. We're basically pushing ourselves to the edge and then either hoping the boss is already finished or just not getting hit after that.
Or one of us picking up the slack.
Hey, welcome to some Raiders. Good to have you here with us for Lifeline for Linear. Raro, would you like to tell our Raiders what we're here for?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for throwing it to me for that.
Of course.
So hello Raiders and welcome to Lifeline for Linear. We are a mutual aid marathon raising money for fellow speedrunner LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt as a result of the circumstances. We are live from February 19th through February 23rd from approximately 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time each day with incredibly fast speed runs that are sure to entertain and wow. For more information, you can type !LFL in the chat.
That's okay.
Yeah,
So
these things happen.
To talk a little bit about this stage, Mutants over Broadway.
Remember, you got the flies first, and then I'll get the one in the middle. Okay, if you got the middle, then you go to the top after this.
This is going to be the first auto scroller of maybe.
Yeah, there's 2.5.
Yeah.
These are also the levels that have these fully voiced or fully lyric versions of songs. So when Doodleplex mentioned earlier that I have a preference for the modern soundtrack and the ability to sing along, these are the levels that she was referring to. And you'd be surprised just how much time you can save or lose in these levels despite being auto scrollers. Because like we were alluding to briefly earlier, the biggest thing that lets you through a screen is making sure that all the enemies on the previous screen or wave are defeated. So if you let an enemy slip out of your grasp and just like move past you and you have to come back to them, that's easily several seconds per screen, and you see just how many different waves of enemies there are over the course of even just the 1 or 2 minutes of this level so far.
Yeah, so taking advantage of good grouping on those enemies. Very nice.
Remember, Doug, move to the left side of the screen so we can take these enemies out right away. Close enough.
And you saw T-Tree and Doug do a little high five. That wasn't just to boost morale and show their excitement for camaraderie.
Yeah, every time you do that, that's done with the left button or left bumper, depending on what controller you're using. That does give your ally 2 of your health. And when you're in old school mode, where health means wealth in terms of the damage that you can deal to enemies, that is very important to share the love.
Call that the old toe jamming arrow. You could do that back in that game too.
So now we have one of the canceled toys, the Turtle Tenderizer.
I'm not sure these two do have truck insurance, Casey. Not that it would save them either way. I don't think anybody insures against this kind of catastrophic damage.
I was scared for a second because of that knockback. Oh boy.
Right. So, yeah. From one obscure thing to another, if anybody recognized those 2 silhouettes on the screen, I would be very impressed with you. Unless you're in this call and then it doesn't count.
I know. Oh.
Dang, I was ready to jump at that too.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I almost didn't clarify.
All right.
Now we get the fun part where our ninjas start jumping out of the woodwork, out of statues, off benches.
Yeah, and that's very much an institution of Turtles games and a lot of arcade games in general. The kind of thing that'll sucker you into a false sense of security by making it look like there aren't that many enemies on the screen, and then suddenly, kapow! An extra wave of enemies while you're in the middle of fighting other guys because they just popped out from the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I just accidentally sewered myself for a second.
And I got grabbed too. That's okay.
Oh. Turns out we were both tied up, just in different ways.
I think this is the first stage where the archers and the split ninjas are introduced.
Yes, indeed.
The archers don't care about anything. They really don't get paid much, so they really just show up, do their attack, and then go back on about their way.
Yep, and they've also got only 1 health point. They did not armor up the way everybody else did. They aren't fully on the foot health insurance, so
Unfortunately.
Well, what are you thinking about all this so far?
Oh,
All right. All right, so far so good. Oh, almost blew myself
Right.
up. Oh, too early.
This is also the first stage to introduce environmental hazards such as stampedes and a nice little fun trick you'll see them encounter not too far from now.
Oh, yeah, and the manhole, of course. Don't forget the manhole.
Yeah, oh yeah. But here we go. Now we get Monkey Mania, where these adorable little chimps will throw bananas at you and the enemy.
Yeah.
They don't
Oh my
discriminate.
god.
They go bananas and they drive you nuts.
Oh, Lord.
That doesn't sound very appealing.
Yeah.
Chat, don't make me be the only ones to do puns here. I love puns.
Yeah, no, it's true. We've got incentives to get to. We've got a Super Mario Sunshine glitch exhibition that I think is about $50 away. So
I
It
have
is
no
only
idea how
$50
that
away. That
happened.
is correct.
yeah, that's like 10 donations with puns in them.
That's true.
All right.
That was very nice with the reflect on that manhole cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Send me a pun about your favorite pizza topping.
All right, we're a little low on health coming into Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, so we may have to improvise, but I will leave it to Doug for the setup. You got this.
And two
Yes,
of
it
the
is.
annoying things with these bosses, which you won't get to see, is that
Just like we practice.
Good grief.
Sorry, you were saying bees before we cut you
I was
off.
going
by
to say that
finishing
the two annoying things that you did not get a chance to see is that Ground Chuck will sit there and charge back and forth, ping ponging off the sides of the stage, and Dirtbag will dig underground and start trying to poke your feet with a shovel.
Yeah, Ground
he
Chuck's
can-
argue like neither of them have a hitbox when that happens, or a hurt box rather. You cannot touch them. Ground Chuck, at least if you move far enough away, he'll come back out from underground and be vulnerable again. But or no, Dirtbag rather. But Ground Chuck, you just have to wait it out. So it's real bad news when that happens, and that's part of what we enjoy on Old School is that if you do it just right, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, that was extremely well done.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Doing ourselves a little bit of subway. Well, we're not subway surfing, but still got to visit all the familiar old locations. If we do it just right, we should have our 2 trains back to back here. Yep, that's one continuous train. Excellent.
I'll grab the pizza here and let us proceed.
Going back
Oh,
to
nice.
the topping discussion, why is pineapple the best?
Did
Like
we
the
just
birth-
become best friends?
Yes, I think so.
I'm not going to agree with you, but I'm certainly willing to play devil's advocate. Like the extra burst of sweet flavor onto a pizza that has the salty and savory going on is a nice contrast. I have
I'm
never
sorry.
been bit by a mouser while grabbing that power-up pizza before. That has not happened previously. That occurrence is new to me.
Amazing.
I hope Rara was hitting the button constantly on the stream overlay that we definitely have. Further, that's never happened before.
In my mind's eye, I was hitting that button.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's all I needed.
That's my favorite button to press.
All right.
That and the good dog button.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Not the good boy button.
all right. Pizza's yours.
I got the first one. Oop, nope. I
Oh,
don't get the
too
first
early.
one. That's too early. Yeah.
Oh, now first one, second one.
Fine. Fine. That's part of why I took the AoE super, just in case we ever got into a disagreement about who should be where. I got
That's
the
okay.
coverage.
Oh my god.
You're good.
right.
There's a pizza on the very next screen.
Oh, chat is making my heart sore because we got so many pineapple pizza lovers.
Chad, it's also only $45 to get that glitch exhibition.
Excellent. Do we want to thank the person who helped get us a little bit closer?
I would love to. Thank you so much, Professor Birch, for your $5 donation. They said, all my puns about pizza toppings are too cheesy to write here.
I'm feeling a little bit salty after that, but
Got it. Right when he was doing his spinning back kick too.
Yeah, at least the Rat King didn't leave us strung out.
Oh man.
No, the Rat King casually is probably the most obnoxious boss in the game because his whole mechanic is just, if you do enough damage to me, I am programmed to jump back up on top of my jet ski from Turtles in Time and send more rats after you.
Yep, and you lose cycles just waiting for him to come back.
Yep.
Yep, and the rats are like the Mousers. They will grab onto you. It's just everything about it is built to be maximally annoying.
This is a wonderful stage here because you get to see what the Foot Clan does.
Yeah, it's all about what they do on their day off.
Oh boy, spare time and things.
Oh, that was so.
You got to get some, side job.
Where you landed.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
the mechs there have a nasty habit of basically trying to zero in on where they think a player is or is going to be at the time they plan on landing.
Man.
Worst feeling in the world to get knocked down by one of those, especially in old school mode, because that's both your health and your damage gone right there.
Oh,
And make sure Doug can get the pizza on the next screen.
Yeah,
So we
living
can
on
be
the
ready
edge
for the
right
next
now.
new type of enemy that appears.
I hope you all like
Amazing.
Castlevania.
right things. Hmm.
Yeah, there are an increasing number of enemy types that we'll continue to see here where the goal is do not let them get set up. If they finish moving where they're going to and are in like their main movement mode, they're bad news. The maces are definitely the first guy who does that because that mace is just a constant hitbox. You have to use like one of a couple of specific moves to not get hit by that mace.
Here comes
Or you have to wait a minute.
Slide tackle is the easiest.
Yeah,
Yep.
but also just not getting hit.
Oh
That's
god.
pretty easy. All
For
good.
At least it was out the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'll notice that whenever Leonardo grabs tofu, him and the boys will say raw fish, gross.
Yeah, the sushi
And-
platter is not so palatable to the turtles, but all the human characters instead get Splinter going, quite delicious.
Oh, nice. I
Hey.
never noticed that.
Now we're fighting Cyber Karen.
Yeah, we got a
It's
video
game
game within
over
a
for
video
you,
game.
Tempestra.
I don't know, I'm not really feeling playing games so much. Oh, almost got the zero
Almost.
cycle.
Oh,
Yeah.
That still
great.
worked out.
Still impressive.
Still really
That
good.
recovery was so perfect.
Yeah, the health totals weren't quite what we wanted it to be for the zero cycle, but yeah, so that's a character from a single episode of the 1980s show, like season 6 or 7. They really went deep with the references here.
Tempestra, the dame of games.
Indeed. Hey Rara, would you ever potentially consider yourself a dame of games?
A dame of games?
A dame of games.
That feels like a very high title, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, you got
Just
plenty of
got
time
the
to
Game
think
of-
about it.
I got the Game of
Yeah,
Thrones
I'll
theme
think
in my
about
head.
Dame of
Nice.
Thrones.
Yeah,
Oh,
Game
no.
of Games.
Imagine inviting any of the actresses that like Dame Judi Dench onto Game of Thrones. They could have used the title Dame of Thrones. Missed opportunity. HBO, call me. Yeah, these are the pikemen. They are obnoxious. The health pool is low at only 2 health, but they stick that thing out in front of them. And again, like the Foot Clan we were talking about earlier, where if you run into that in the wrong way, it takes priority.
oh yeah.
Gonna do a little bit of return to sender work here. Doug got his too. There's that one.
Oh, come here. Oh,
I'm queued up for the last couple enemies here.
all right. Thank you, Leo, for walking up.
Yep. The pathfinding gets a little funny sometimes in transitions like that. But now it is time for our first little bit of elevator action.
And you
Oh,
really
wow.
got to be on point with that slide tackle when coming at the spearman, because if you're just a second too late, that spear will get you first.
Yeah, you know, there are certain enemy types in my mind. There's kind of like a tier list drawn up about what kinds of enemies that certain characters are better at dealing with. Casey's actually kind of on the low end for the spearmen because his sliding tackle doesn't do 2 damage. He can't one hit them.
Really?
Am I misremembering? I know there are some characters that fit that criteria.
His sliding attack, I
Is it
believe,
2 times
does
1?
2 damage, but they're floaty.
Okay.
He doesn't have the power the way that Leo and Donnie and a couple of other characters have.
Yeah, no, there it is. It's all that to say that there are certain kinds of characters who are going to have problems with, say, the pikemen or the sword wielders there, where their thing is if you let the mace guys set up, they just have a constant attack going on around them. With the sword guys, if you let them get set up, they just go into that blocking stance. And again, you have to figure out what you can do, what's available to you, if you have the health for a super, etc., to get around them. Otherwise, you just have to wait for them to start swinging before you can fight. And that's a lot of free time loss.
And if you go up and not ready, you'll hit them and they'll block and encounter immediately.
Come here, you two.
All right, with the 2 of them here, we want to keep them on top of each other for as long as possible for fairly obvious reasons. Or a charge into each other will also do nicely. Oh, geez. All right, I got you, bud. Here, have some pizza.
That was scary.
Naturally, as with everything else in this game, pizza is also the solution to somebody getting knocked out of the fight.
I was trying to set it up, and I was thinking, okay, Tree's gonna get the pizza any second.
Yeah, my bad. That's usually been you.
Yeah.
Now we're at the stage with my favorite song.
I believe that.
All right.
Yeah, if you're a fan of what is lovingly referred to as butt rock, this level is for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that went smoothly.
I figured I'd let the girder do the work. But yeah, this is our second auto-scroller. So, Rara, if you have anything that we should know about, say upcoming incentives, things to look forward to the rest of the night and tomorrow, please go ahead.
Absolutely. We have also just opened a new bid war for one of our games for tomorrow for Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. That'll be our opening game tomorrow morning. You get to choose the
several of the
character.
people in this very call.
Oh my god! Your donations are going to choose the characters that will be used for this run. No 2 characters play the same. There's a long-range Linda or an Uncle, is it Matin?
Uncle Mateen.
Mateen.
Also, make somebody play Marion.
Nowhere close.
She has a rocket launcher.
Yep.
She has gun and rocket.
Yep. Yeah, that's
So
kind
there's
of a
also
hard to
some
beat combo.
DLC characters that you can choose. The
It's true.
top
All right.
4 winners will be used.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not what I
got
was
him.
expecting to happen. Thank you.
Eh. Life comes at you fast.
In this side scroller, you get to witness the Foot Clan's delivery method for aerial ninjas.
You also get to see the one piece of tech that's actually helpful that I've ever contributed to the run, which is after patch 1 of this game, they changed it so that certain enemies are like preloaded onto screens to help for people with less powerful machines. And they also made it so that on these blimps in particular, the enemies come preloaded into the location that they will drop from as soon as the blimp starts moving onto the screen. So if you attack in the right place, you don't have to wait for them to drop. You can just force them out and defeat them faster.
Thank you for that.
Yes, 100%.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So this next boss coming up, not a big fan of, because 1 minute you can lock him down and he'll shoot missiles. The next minute he'll pretend he's Storm Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I present to you Wingnut. There he is.
Hey, Wingnut and his backup band of Foot Clan. It's not just one chucklehead we have to deal with. Oh, are we actually gonna? No, he's going for it.
Oh, so
I think they
close.
changed him over time to get more and more.
Oh,
we
There it is.
Yeah, you can still. They actually, one thing that I really had to get used to as somebody who ran mostly during the very early days of this game is in one of the last patches. I think we're basically at there aren't expected to be any more major patches for the game, but in one of the last patches, they actually reduced the overall size of that diving super because it used to be large enough both up and down, left and right, that you could get away with some pretty cheeky pickups on enemies and especially bosses by just kind of throwing a diving super out there and seeing what would happen. So they've definitely made it more precise over time, but it can still be used for things like what you just saw there. I wasn't really that close to Wingnut, but the game still gave it to me anyway.
And in this stage, we are introduced to the most absurd ranged characters, the plunger ninjas.
What? It's a kid show, Bees. You can't have them using guns.
Also, the turtles live in the sewers,
Oh,
so
touche.
plunger kind of makes sense.
True.
We also
Although
got
you'd
the,
think-
the floorboards too here.
Ah, yes,
Yes.
another environmental hazard.
Everyone's like, that was the thing to do during the early days of this game when you were playing with a bunch of people online. Basically, whoever got hit with the most floorboards lost this level. It was the mark of shame. I'm just gonna go ahead and sweep the floor here with my power-up pizza.
Nice. That gold kill Rodney's gone.
I love the variety of jobs that they give the foot soldiers during this run. We've got carnival barkers, we've got office workers, including at least one pretend office worker who doesn't actually have a keyboard at his desk. You probably didn't notice that in level 1, but
You also have one that doesn't have a monitor.
yep, true. Nice, good pickups. I'll be ready for the Psy soldier here.
I will say in that first level, I am sad that you didn't catch a couple of them just drinking at the water cooler.
True. All right, I'm ready for our bonus waves on the left here. The other thing that, especially when you're playing in co-op, you have to be familiar with, as Doug and I are both primarily single-player runners, is that at 2 to 3 players, a lot of things about the number and position of waves of enemies change, and again at 4, 5, and 6 it changes one more time. So if you're used to playing with a certain number of players and you get into a run or a category that has more players, yep, that one is one of the relatively small handful of enemies that will actually come across screens with you. Why they program them that way, I'm not sure, but it helps us go faster, so I'm not going to complain.
Right.
Now we fight Florida Man.
Remember, after the first
Dome.
knockdown, you have to wait for him to get back up.
Yeah. My joke was going to be, you're going to enjoy this next boss fight, I guarantee.
Guarantee.
Oh, nice. That was perfect.
Nice, very nice. One thing they avoided is good old Leatherhead loves to dive in those grates there and play a fun game of whack-a-mole. But you don't get to see that because they took him out very quickly.
Leatherhead is, we have Gambit mutated at home.
Yeah.
Not the way I heard that described before, but I can see it.
And now we're at the stage named after me. A few screws loose.
So yeah, this is technically level 10 of 16, but I would say this is really the halfway point. This is the music kind of tells the story, but this is where things really start to get serious. The game says, all right, you've kind of passed all the basic trials. Let's start mixing and matching lessons and see how you do. So we're going to see a lot more combinations of, oh yeah, no, that's again, that's why I brought Casey along. I like to have that area coverage here.
Yeah. And the wonderful thing about Casey's ult is not only is it big and like, you know, does AoE, but it also draws enemies to it.
Just
Can
like
be good,
Donatello.
can be bad. I will probably be using that super a lot less in within 1 to 2 levels, because there are going to be enemies that have the ability to keep attacking even while they're taking damage.
Old Mauser 3.
Yeah, the mother Mousers. They spawn 2 Mousers when they are defeated. If they successfully acquire an enemy in their sights, they will shoot out their arms. While the arms are out, they cannot be defeated. Their health can be brought to 0, but they have to be hit again before they're actually defeated.
Oh, that was perfect.
Let's call these Papa Mousers. I call the other ones Mama Mousers because they do the little mama bird like.
Okay. Yeah. No, I see where you're coming from. That makes sense. Hello,
Remember-
Iggy Zig and Raiders. Good to see you here. Welcome to Lifeline for Linear. Bravo, would you like to say the things?
What is Lifeline for Linear?
That's a great question, Bees.
That's a fantastic question. So, Lifeline for Linear is a
Perfect.
mutual aid marathon raising money for fellow speedrunner LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt as a result of the service. If you want some more information, you can type !LFL in the chat. You can also type
So far, so good.
!donate in the chat to send a donation in. And in the meantime, you can also help us get our Glitch exhibition.
That wasn't fun.
For Super Mario Sunshine met. We are only $45 away from getting that. I know we can do it, chat. We have plenty of time, but the sooner we get that met, the sooner we can talk about some more bonus.
That's one. Here come. All right, I think I might have
Yeah,
enough
this
for.
one's you. Yep.
Yep.
And the two bots are me. You're just on cleanup duty here, if you don't mind.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
some of these
perfect.
screens get a little bit tighter than others in terms of health distribution. And if you look at my health bar, you can now see that I am KCTV. And that's the name of my competing service to Twitch. Please tune into KCTV/LinearC for tomorrow and
God.
Sunday's version of the marathon.
The only games that are allowed to be streamed are beat 'em ups.
Pretty much.
Oh, thank
I don't know.
goodness.
Casey would
What
probably
in a
also play
dream?
like the old arcade shooter games like SWAT and Enforcer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey would probably truck with that too.
Welcome, Somas. Thank you for the raid.
Welcome in, Raiders, and welcome to TMNT. And
We're
life
getting so many
Linear.
raiders tonight.
I appreciate that Iggy also came prepared with the host blurb.
Would you expect anything less?
No, not at all.
Oh God.
So,
No.
chat, this is a good. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity here. You get to hear like both host coordinators talking about their host live on stream.
Now the run gets into a very
There we go.
cultured and classy area as we visit the museum.
Of natural history.
And try not to become it.
Oh yeah. Oh, here are the other. This is where you get introduced to the other anti-aerial characters. These dinos do
Triceratons.
not like you coming down from above.
The best part is there are two types of Triceratons. One, the regular ones that you see running, like so, and the green ones which pull up a shield. Now their health, the Triceraton. Oh my God! There we go.
Orange is a 6, green is a 4, but the extra health from that shield, you can either work around it or you can try to deplete the shield. Obviously, we're not going to work through the shield. That's a lot more work, and that doesn't let us go fast. But yeah, they are also an enemy type where if they are charging, they have basically super armor. They don't take knockback. They can't be stopped from what they're doing. So you either just need to take them down quickly, or you need to be able to work around the fact that they're going to do that to you.
Whoops.
Nice use of the special.
Not as well as I would have liked, because I accidentally knocked down the sign that's normally waiting in the bottom left corner of this screen. A lot of the things that are technically also stage hazards, like the road cones in many stages, if you use them right, you can also use them to your advantage, and they do a large amount of damage, basically the same as doing a super to enemies. So like
Nice.
the museum signs there are a line nuke, which is
Oh,
to say,
no.
oh, that's a problem.
Oh no.
Well, you're gonna get to see a boss fight.
Well, it'll still be fine either way. We just
Yeah,
use
there's still
health.
pizza waiting for us.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the punch, to be honest, but that's okay. We still got
another,
this.
another strat that they wanted to use was avoid that pizza until the very end, grab it, and then get a bunch of free ults against this boss.
Just like at the end of level 2. But yeah, this is the commander of the Triceratons, and we didn't get to see him command any Triceratons.
Yep.
No, but he commanded that concussion very nicely.
Who needed that
After
pizza? We
all,
didn't need that pizza.
After all, he's in a museum, and he just became history.
Yeah, love it.
All right, you bunch of fossils. Let's keep moving.
Hey,
Save the puns for the donations.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
You're taking away the material.
Look, we're coming up with the worst versions of the material so you can one-up us. I'm trying to make it easy
There
for
you
them,
go.
right?
we're trying to make you look good. Keyword trying.
Indeed, a wonderful shout out to our hosts.
We love our hosts here.
Our hosts are
stage-
pretty good, yeah.
This stage introduces a lot of environmental hazards.
Yeah, this is
my
definitely your
God.
gut check for, hey, can you avoid things while also doing fights?
I didn't know you
1,
could blow up that
2,
machine back
3.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cypherin,
No, you
every
let us
single
get
time we do
electrocuted.
the run, that's what I go for.
You let us get electrocuted.
No, y'all ran in ahead of me and got electrocuted.
We were trying to be fast.
Every time we went into that room,
All right.
even practice, I'd go for that machine first.
You got the first one, I'll get the next
All
one.
right.
Actually, no, you can get
Get
that
ready
too.
for,
You can get the pizza.
Oh God. Thank
That's
you.
fine. That's why there's 2 of us.
I thought my foot would have reached. That's why. Just a little pinky toe. That's all I needed.
Yeah, you'd
And
like
now
to think
we're
so.
up here with the serve bots.
Or the
These
laser discs, as I call them, because they
Yeah.
are discs and they shoot lasers. And if you know what a laser disc is, why are you still up?
Oh, that's
Because
First
I'm
of
doing
all-
commentary.
That's
Oh,
cold
right,
blooded.
and I'm
Your
running
pizza.
a video game. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Someone has to host this run.
All right. The second one's getting ready to come up.
Yep, that one's all
Awesome.
me.
All right. I'll hang out right
Got
here.
this one. Ooh, I moved in a little bit too far. Fine, we can do a little bit more of that here.
Yeah, these are just holding down the attack button to do these charge attacks as the enemies are coming onto the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Finishing
right,
off with a
I'll-
special.
Yeah, if you're in exactly the right position, especially if you're playing solo, it kind of behooves you to work on the positioning-based moves rather than throwing down the supers. But especially with how arcade mode works these days, you earn super in the regular mode by dealing damage without getting hit, and eventually you build up to a bar of super. But in arcade mode, you can only hold 1 super at a time. The other way to
Yeah.
earn super is by using the right trigger to taunt, which is generally kind of long. So you want to get a whole taunt off without getting hit. And in this run, you're only going to see us taunt after we defeat a boss, because we have.
I'm grabbing the
time for it.
pizza.
Okay. Nice.
That was
Yeah,
perfect.
strat.
Taunts look like this.
Yeah, as you see, they went into the fight with kind of low health. They decided to expend all that to get some hits in, got that pizza to refill and recharge, and wiped them out.
Yeah, Baxter is a pun very much intended. Actually, one of the stockier bosses in the game. Partially because he's flying, so only certain attacks hit him, and partially because he has the tendency to go down with the kind of science boxing glove attack, and that can also avoid some things.
And if you
On
let
into the
him
techno
after,
ground.
and if you let him go down,
Yeah, he also has a summoning phase.
yeah,
This level introduces our final new type of ninja, I believe. Yeah, which is the bomb ninja.
Yes, and also our last main enemy type.
the granite soldiers.
Yep, the Granite Grunts.
Right
They
here.
are They are bad news in the same way that the Triceratons were, which is to say that while they are charging, nothing will stop them except being defeated. You
Nice.
can hit them all the times in a row that you want. They will continue to charge through you. So if you have a charge attack up, you could get hit multiple times. Otherwise, you'll just get knocked away.
And I believe
It's
they're
also one of those-
anti-air as well, right?
They have an uppercut, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are also one of the reasons why I said that Casey doesn't want to use that standing super all the time, because if you are above or below one that is charging, you will change the path on which they are charging and can easily pull them into your allies and give them a very unpleasant surprise.
Oh, that was perfect.
Wait, not yet.
Oh.
That's fine. It worked out okay. I was able to get my super off to get that enemy right before you grab the pizza.
One super annoying thing about these little discs is that they don't take damage until you flip them over.
Yeah, which
The best-
again, only a subset of your attacks can actually do.
Yeah. I think if I'm remembering correctly, either an aerial attack, a slide attack, or a super.
Yes, because the last
Probably,
patch the last patch they did ensure that the diving super can in fact flip them over despite us sacrificing a splash damage and the hitboxes, which I miss so dearly.
All right, not too many helpful ceiling tiles there. The ceiling tiles, especially for those black Psy soldiers who, as you've noticed, if you hit them and don't defeat them, they will hop away and throw a handful of Psys down at you at a very awkward angle.
So
But
annoying.
yeah, like in a room like this elevator, it is also possible to have them
Oh,
get
that was
hit by the
perfect.
ceiling
No
tiles.
granite grunts either.
True. I'm gonna give you a little bit of that health back and grab the pizza on the next screen. I'm like,
All right.
the bad side is here is that we're both kind of low on health, but I had just enough to give some away, and that helps.
Oh, that was perfect.
Nice. Yep.
And they couldn't even
Even the Psy soldiers can technically be predicted by just a little bit. Where again, if you hit them like as they're leaping in before they finish getting situated, you can get a hit off on them without them being able to react. But same rules as before, if you don't defeat them, they're going to start hopping away from you after that.
All right, Cypherin, I got a
Nice.
question. Two
Yep.
questions, actually. Favorite stage and favorite song?
nice.
Oh, it's this actually.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I
For
actually.
both, or
Yeah, for both. Just because like moving through the level to the music, it feels like you're on beat with everything as you're smacking the folks around. It works really well together.
Mom, can I get Shredder? We have
hate this
Shredder at
boss
Shredder at
home.
home.
yeah.
Shredder at home.
This boss is
Shredder at
terrible.
home just isn't the same.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got his hands active. He came all the way down to meet us. Usually we run to the bottom of the screen to try to keep this from happening, so he'll jump up
All right.
sooner.
Now.
Yeah, they can only hurt this boss after he jumps into the foreground and then comes
Yeah.
back.
Dang.
This boss is completely invulnerable until he jumps up into Gundam mode. You throw a foot soldier at him, and then he comes back down exhausted.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This is another callback to the Super Nintendo game because
Yep,
they had
yep.
a similar boss fight, but it was Shredder and like a mech.
In the
Yeah, that was
Technodrome
in,
itself, yeah.
Yeah, Turtles in Time.
They really
You had
quick.
to throw the foot soldiers at Shredder before getting sent back to time.
Really quick for this part here, T-Tree and Doug, if you all purposely get hit by the rocks, I'll donate $5. And I know that's rough for you all because
Oh god.
What? Sorry,
that's
you were
one,
saying?
2,
Oh, oh,
3.
Oh, jeez, I could have sworn I hit the dodge button on that. See, there we go.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
capable
There
of
we go.
dodging.
You got, oh,
five.
5.
oh god.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, no.
10. Oh,
I hope there's a party pizza. I think the pizza's a party pizza. I could be wrong.
No, it is. That's the joke.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
say that's what, 10, 11?
I think it was 11. We'll round it up to 15. I'll donate $5 for 15 rocks.
Make sure that you apply that to the glitch exhibition incentive.
Oh, you know he will. But the reminder is
I
good,
just-
especially for anybody
yeah.
out there watching.
Exactly. If you want to match that donation and apply it to the glitch exhibition at the same time, we are still only $45 away from meeting that. And I know that we can do it. And I know it's going to be a great time.
Now to set this up.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is the final enemy type.
Oh,
The-
yeah,
the
that's
cheese
right.
amorphs.
This is the final
What do you think of the
thing.
cheesemorphs?
I think I'm lactose intolerant.
Now
Never
or
stopped
always?
me before.
Always. But
okay.
especially now.
Oh God.
All right, well, we're going to have to improvise on this because we didn't get to discuss this like we usually do. So we kind of both ended up using our supers on all those enemies.
Yeah, I'm so
Usually you go
used
first and I go
to.
second.
Yeah, I'm so used to jumping in there, but. All right, I got
In
this.
Dimension
Okay.
X, pizza eat you.
True. I don't think they have Yakov Smirnoff in Dimension X either. Come to think of it.
Do you think the pizza would be like person intolerant?
They don't really seem to have any sort of trepidation about eating turtles or people. So I'm going to guess no.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I'm horribly lactose intolerant, but I still don't slow down.
I would say, yeah, I
enough.
still eat pizza.
Yeah, same here.
All right, be a little careful, Doug.
I'm gonna be as careful as possible.
Is
I
there
will
like a
say-
version of Lactaid they take?
Here
I will
comes.
say, like, through all of this,
There's
I
gonna be
would
one
be
more.
no
Oh,
help
there we go.
to any of the turtles. But the one moment that those pizza monsters show up, it's my time to shine.
Chad just went, hey, Rara. What?
All right, here comes it. Nice.
Also, welcome in Raiders. Hello.
You come in at a wonderful time for a wonderful event, but for some reason I can't remember what is this event?
Oh boy, howdy! I would sure love to tell you about it. This is Lifeline for Linear. We are a mutual
One,
aid
two.
marathon raising money for fellow speedrunner LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt because of it. 5 days of amazing speedruns to help Linear, and if you want to help Linear directly, you can donate here. There's a lovely little link that just got posted in the chat for everybody. You can go straight there.
The end is near as we enter the Outworld Strangeloids. Get ready for a gauntlet of multitude of things.
Yeah, we finally found Krang, but it happens that he's not alone. We've kind of been chasing his body across several dimensions for the entirety of this run so far. That's really the extent of the story. Is that Krang found his body, and now he's probably going to use it on us.
I would never do that.
No, not
There
at
we
all.
go. 6 is the magic number, I guess.
Hey, whatever works. You can't expect speedrunners to count, especially beat 'em up speedrunners.
Actually, Cypherin counted really well just
Oh?
now. Yeah. We just got $75 from Cypherin. As promised, $5 for every rock rounding up. Glad to
My
be front and
goodness.
center for this awesome run. Glitch
Oh, and
exhibition, let's go! And guess what? We have met that glitch exhibition. We are going to see some wild glitches at the end of Super Mario Sunshine. Thank you so much, everybody, for helping us get that met. That is $300 for Linear.
Oh, that was
Thank you
perfect.
tremendously, Cypherin. That is
Let's
incredibly
go.
generous of you.
I'm glad to help and appreciate Linear for everything she's also done for us in the Black in the Flash group. She runs Hyperstone Heist, so
Yeah,
has a TMNT connection as well.
Yeah, I wasn't lucky enough to be a Genesis kid in addition to the Super Nintendo, so I have precious little familiarity with that. I have checked it out in the Cowabunga collection, though.
Oh, great game, great game. What makes it really stand out, at least for us speedrunners, is how you have the manual run button. You can initiate a run whenever you want to, so you can just bulldoze over enemies.
So far, so good.
Yeah, they were gracious enough to add something like that into this game where you technically have an option where you can just flick the stick to run and like continue to run while you do it, but No, what you're describing is kind of fundamentally different.
Yep.
All right, so far so good. I'll hang out down here.
Yep.
All right.
Here we
One.
go. Got my juggle on. No, not my juggalo. I know somebody was thinking it.
Get out of my head.
Look, combos, how do they work? I don't know.
All right, let's set this up.
You last cheesemorphs. There we go. If you can keep an enemy in the air, you can continue to juggle them. If they land on the ground, in many cases,
Oh,
you
he
have to wait
lived.
until they get back up.
Oh my god, that's so scary. When they live, even though they're supposed to be.
Cheesy morph sounds like a kid snack.
Right?
Yeah. Mom, can I have a cheesomorph today?
No, especially if you turn the O into a Y, cheesy morphs.
Cheesy morphs.
Pick up a
yeah.
big bag of cheesy morphs.
Mom, we got been playing football all the time. What can we have for lunch? Well, we've got pretzels and PB&J.
All right, I
Aw,
got these guys
That's
down
so
here.
boring. I wish I had something better. Whoa! Well, how about brand new cheesy morphs? Cheesy morphs?
All right, I got this.
Let's
I
roll.
was not expecting to listen to an early 2000s television commercial today.
We did it.
Well, hey, I'm drinking my orange stuff right now, so clearly distinct Sunny D. And yeah, as it turns
After
out,
this, do y'all want to go to the mall?
I'm down.
yeah, but I don't have
Yeah.
any. I don't have any quarters.
That's all right. I can punch machines.
I did some extra chores this week. You can borrow some of my quarters.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, that worked out perfect.
That was
Wow,
great.
very nice.
Right now that we're off this nostalgia road.
Oh, no, there's a little bit of more nostalgia because we fell for his diversion. He has a surprise for us.
Who could it be?
Yeah, remember when I mentioned the Wu-Tang Clan before the run started?
Oh yeah, this is a
See
really
just
good
how
song.
much of this song we hear.
All right, let's set this up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm down.
Ooh.
You got this.
I got you. Yep.
Oh, that was perfect.
Yeah, you just have
Beautiful.
to. You basically have to time it for right after he lands. 'Cause too early, and he's gonna hit you anyway.
Yeah, I was already running low on health when it
I
happened.
figured.
but-
I actually kind of expected you to come over and grab it, but you were on his other side. So when I saw you not head over, I figured I should get it.
Yeah,
Just like that,
'cause,
Shredder got shredded.
True, but if
I-
you've
I
watched
want-
Ghostbusters 2, you know it's not all over until the tall lady sings. And unfortunately, Crane got to the Statue of Liberty first, so
Let's
please
all
rise to the Foot Clan
National.
national anthem.
This is my second favorite song.
Nice. That's exactly what
Yeah,
I
this
needed
is a
right
good
there.
Isn't this also like the plot of that one Doctor Who episode where the Statue of Liberty is one of the weeping angels?
They took it from Ninja
you're
Turtles.
Yeah, they took it
Which
from,
took it from
they took it from Ninja-
Ghostbusters,
okay.
which took it from. Look, culture all gets shared around.
All right, I have enough for a tactical retreat.
Oh yeah. Technically, you have lives in this game. We haven't had to use any of those yet, but we will in just a second.
Oh yeah.
We're probably gonna end up
Oh my
taking
god, Samurai
turns.
Pizza Cast is so good.
Big Apple,
I-
3 a.m. Let's
And
get
it-
go.
You
I don't know if you
who I
noticed.
am. You don't know who my dad is. Steroids.
I don't know if you noticed in the background is the Neutrinos car.
Indeed.
No,
It's Kevin Nash.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Nash.
There we go. I am
All right.
taking a tactical retreat.
Yep, because as we've seen this whole
Oh,
run, our
nice.
health is our damage. Thankfully, I can. Oh, I went early and didn't manage to do any damage to him in that
no.
first cycle. That's a shame.
And in true final boss fashion, you can't do any damage to Shredder, but Shredder can do damage to you until he has a roid rage fit.
He's done with his zoomies, hopefully.
They actually also
There we go.
like they increased the RNG factor of this boss over time. It was originally possible to kind of manipulate large parts of it into the ability to get that vulnerability cycle a lot more often than you technically should be able to.
Gotta get off this ride.
And time is coming
another-
up soon again when the,
Yes.
Soon
the
as
life
his health
bar
is gone.
finishes. Yep.
All right, we got
Oh,
this.
here we go.
And
Time.
time.
GG, excellent.
What are we looking at?
Low
Sub an hour.
Waiting for the stream to catch.
was like about a 56-13.
56-13. Yep.
Oh wow, that's a
On the
PB.
dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We love to see it.
Oh my god. All of our practice paid off in a way.
Great
That is
job.
impressive. Ridiculously so.
Yeah, honestly, parts of that felt kind of funny. Like I think we each had times where we were focusing on other things other than what the other one was, but the bosses all went pretty cleanly in our favor. So
The
no
boss,
complaints.
we had some slight hiccups, but overall, I'm kind of satisfied. This could be a run we can submit.
Yes, well, you should be. Douglas, my friend, where can people find you on the internet? What should they know about you?
So, you can find me on Doug Gaming 05. That is my Twitch channel. I also have two YouTube channels. One specifically for speedrunning, as well as called Doug Speedrun Spot, and then my gaming channel, which is Doug's Gaming Channel. You can find me on Blue Sky as well as X at Doug Redfield. And I appreciate you inviting me so much to do this run with you three.
Yeah, absolutely, my pleasure, and thanks to Osborne for extending the invitation to the both of us. My name is ateatree. You can find me on Twitch at ateatree. I don't stream very often. You should, if you want to keep up with things that are going on. For me, I actually do have something that could be considered an announcement, but I can't tell you what it is just yet. The plan for that is early next week. So if you are interested in knowing more about that, you can follow me at ateatree at bsky.social. And I promise you, as soon as that is able to be revealed, I will be retweeting, requoting it from the account that it's going to come from. So keep an eye out if we are friends on socials. If we know each other on Discord, you'll probably see it there. And honestly, the other way to get involved with anything that I might be doing is to volunteer with a speedrunning marathon. I cannot encourage it enough. It has brought me from somebody who was just watching GDQs for like 6 or 7 years to where I am now, hanging out with some amazing friends, raising money for a great cause. Bees, your turn.
You thought you were done with me, but no. You get to get all this Bees glory tomorrow at 10 a.m. as me and my main man Cypherin take on the bro time as we get the Double Dragon Gaiden. Oh, catch us here. Catch us fast. Catch us before we beat the game too quickly. You can also catch me on my Twitch channel, big_beaz, B-E-A-Z, or on my podcast, Across the Plains Digiverse, a actual play Digimon actual play where we're getting into some serious stuff. It is fun. It is fantastic. It will make you laugh, cry, and kind of rethink your life decisions sometimes. But that's pretty much it for me. Scythe.
Yeah, I'll say you can catch me here tomorrow, continuing to support Linear with the Double Dragon Gaiden run. We have that character bid war that's open. So if you have it within you, within your capacity, the kindness in your heart, please consider just donating for Linear. Linear is so awesome. And I'm just so grateful for T-Tree to invite me and Bees to be on the couch here. So yeah, you can find more of us here supporting Linear tomorrow.
Looking forward to it an incredibly large amount. Again, thank you so much to everyone who is on the call with me. I appreciate you very much. And to everyone who is watching. Keep watching. We've got Super Mario Sunshine for you coming up next, including that glitch incentive. Rara, take it away.
Thank you so much. You basically said everything I was going to say. We are going to go ahead and take a short break, and we'll get started on setting up for Super Mario Sunshine. So go ahead and take this moment, go get yourself some water, do some stretches. If you're sitting like a shrimp, please stop, unshrimp yourself, and maybe get yourself a little snack. We'll be back in just a little bit. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lifeline for Linear. I hope everybody here is having a comfy, cozy, lovely evening, or afternoon, or morning, whatever your time zone may be. I wanted to take a quick moment and talk about some other incentives that we have opened up. So we have opened up a new milestone. So y'all got us more Mario, and we decided we want to give you even more Mario tomorrow. So when we raise a total of $2,400, y'all will unlock a Super Mario 64 bonus 16-star run. If met, our runner will also do a bonus run of Super Mario 64, showing off an incredibly short run of the same game right after racing through the full 100%. So again, that is a milestone. So every donation that you send to us between now and the end of Super Mario 64 will count towards that incentive. We need a total of $2,400 raised. We are currently sitting at $2,000. Don't forget about our bid war that is also open for tomorrow's first game, Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons. You get to choose which characters will be used in this Double Dragon Gaiden run. The top 4 characters will be used, which is very good because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters total to choose from. So you can choose Billy Lee, and I'm going to mispronounce most of these, and I'm so sorry. Or you can choose Chin Sai-mei or Chin Tai-mei, Linda, Marion, Sunny Lee, Uncle Matin, or Yagu Ranzu. I have probably butchered so many of those, but I'm just gonna roll with it. And in fact, like, if I'm wrong, I'm correct unless you tell me in a donation that I'm wrong. Donation of any amount. Chat says I've never done anything wrong ever, and they are correct. I know this, and I love me. So the other fun bonus about having a milestone incentive is that when you donate towards the bid war, that donation also counts that milestone. It is a 2-for-1 deal. It's not something that you get everywhere, but it's something that you're getting here. For any friends who are just joining us, this is Lifeline for Linear. We are a mutual aid marathon raising money for fellow speedrunner LinearC, who recently became a single mother and has accrued a lot of unexpected debt. In response, her friends and community have come together to present 5 days of amazing speedruns in her support. If you want to help Linear directly, you can donate using !donate in the chat. Alright, I am getting word that we are almost ready for Super Mario Sunshine. We'll be right back in just one moment. So stick around, don't go anywhere.